If your inner child told you a story, what would it be about? Innocence? Fearlessness? Love? Over and over again we hear, love thy neighbor. How about stretching our imagination beyond that? What else would there be to love? Or at least have compassion for? However far your imagination may go, it will always land on some form of God's creation. And if it's God's creation, then there is a good reason for it to be there. My name is Angelica Gania, and I'm the author of Love is Light. In today's fast-paced world, love has been reduced to a simple word. Love is Light challenges this narrative and presents the possibility of an inner utopia where negative emotions lose their grip on the mind, but most importantly, on the heart. Love is Light is a story about our ego, that dark side we so adamantly push away, with no success really, simply because it is part of who we are. We are born, we grow up, we make plans for the future, and that's great. I'm the mother of planners. I've been a performer since I was 6 years old, and so my plan was clear from the very beginning. But even though at the surface it seemed like I was on the right path, underneath my oblivion, God was crafting a slightly different plan for me. Until one day when, while taking a walk under a cool spring rain, He brought it to my awareness in the form of a question. What if you stopped pushing against the so-called evil, and instead, try having compassion for it? Don't get me wrong, when this outrageous idea hit my left brain, I went into cognitive dissonance. But the message was as clear and as insistent as the raindrops landing on my cheeks that day. There was no question of acceptance. However, it was the last few words I heard that stirred me to my very core. Bring him home. Help me make the all complete. Even though it sounded nothing short of preposterous, I knew in my heart this was my new plan now, to bring this message in a form that both adults and children will resonate with. As I was working on this challenging project, my left brain did try to feed me doubts. Why did this message come to me? I thought God made a mistake, considering my past being heavily tainted with paralyzing fear of the very evil I was now supposed to encourage others to have compassion for. I couldn't even tell you how far back fear goes in my life. You might ask, what could make an innocent child lack freedom of play and thought? What could be so ominous, so deviant, as to suppress a life created by God? According to some people, there is an all-powerful evil relentlessly waiting at your doorstep, ready to sabotage all the good you've built so far. God is the most powerful, but He's up in the sky, far away. This evil is right here, hands-on, so to speak. The anxiety stemmed from those ridiculous beliefs, eventually turned into panic attacks, and it's something I battled for decades. For the longest time I felt as if I had no access to my heart. But when that day of spring God opened my heart to utter and complete love, I felt transported to a new dimension. For weeks, I was walking in pure love. I felt nothing else, no worries, no fears. I felt so light. And that is when the story Love is Light came to me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the source was of those damaging beliefs I grew up hearing. What matters is this: if Love is Light had been read to me when I was a child, I would have grown up feeling like all children should feel, free. So let's stop perpetuating them to our children. Evil, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't exist in the way many of us believe. It's not here to get us or make us do things. It is the bringer of duality, the facilitator of our God-given gift of free will. It is here to give us a platform of choice. And it's not out there somewhere or at your doorstep. It's actually much closer than that. It is in you. It's in me and everybody else. We all have good and evil inside, and quite literally, the proof is in the brain. The left brain represents the ego, all that loud chitter-chatter we hear when we're on the brink of making a choice. The right brain, on the other hand, when listened to, takes us on the path to God. Both exist in us. All the destruction in this world, in all forms, is because of choices some of us made as a result of left brain overuse. Equally, all the beauty in this world was created by those who chose the calling of their right brain. We can just take credit for the good decisions we make, but not take responsibility for the bad ones. We are the ones who decide, period. Duality is the very fabric of life on this planet, and there is a divine reason for it, to help us remember who we are. It's a gift, a divine given chance at our own salvation. How do we achieve that? By listening to our right brain, which will always, always guide us to make our decisions from our hearts. By the way, green is not the symbol of evil or envy. Green is the color of grass and leaves on the trees. It's the color of nature, of life itself, and it's the color of our heart chakra. Bring him home, help me make the all complete, means bring our whole selves home to love. It means to free ourselves from the bounding belief that we are slaves to someone or something. It means unity. It is unity in all forms, within our own selves and with others, that will solve everything. It is by moving forward united in love that will transmute the condition of our personal lives and ultimately the world's. And this is what Love is Light is about. Gift this story to a child, or better yet, to yourself, that it may awaken your innocence, that it may take your ability to know love to a whole new level and remind you of who you truly are.